Studio. Well, now let's return to our top story. That is the start of the Syria peace talks in Geneva, though without the main opposition delegation. We can cross live to Baghdad now. We can speak to Bruno Geddo, who's a UNHCR representative in Iraq. Good to have you with us, Bruno. Tell us a little bit about what the situation is. We hear about Syrian refugees, but tell me about Iraq.
Yes, indeed. In Iraq, it's quite a special situation because we have 250,000 Syrian refugees, all of them concentrated in the Kurdistan region of Iraq, 97% of them. We have also a small camp with around 1,000 refugees on the border with Syria in an area controlled by ISIS. The problem with Syrian refugees in Iraq is that when they came in between 2012 and 2013, the economy of Kurdistan was booming and there were no displaced people caused by ISIS, and therefore they had a relatively easy time settling down because they could find plenty of job opportunities. Since 2014, with the major drop in the oil price, there has been a major economic recession in Kurdistan, and refugees have been facing stiff competition from the displaced people caused by ISIS since mid-2014. Therefore, we are now facing a very serious humanitarian situation with refugees entering their 6 years. It's a prolonged situation, having depleted their resources, and therefore less and less to provide for themselves and more in need of jobs which are not really available in the numbers required.
You are thinking about what is required, particularly with funds, right, to take care of these people or have them be able to exist. Countries do pledge money, but it's often not followed through on. What can the UNHCR, or why can't the UNHCR force those countries to pay what they pledged?
Well, I must say, in terms of the Syrian refugees, our regional refugee and resilience plan, which we launched 3 days ago in Erbil, was funded last year in the Iraqi chapter for 54%. We launched it again this year. We have now a total of $298 million. We do believe that it is a credible effort. It is a credible effort based on 2 pillars. One is to help people who are in camp remain in these camps as the situation become tighter, but with providing for essential needs. And the other, crucially, is to have the 68% of Syrians who are not staying in formal camps. We have 9 camps for Syrians in Kurdistan, to have them make ends meet with cash assistance. And I think this issue of cash assistance is credible enough and supported enough by donors, whereby we hope that we will get adequate funding in 2016.
Bruno, may I ask you just very briefly, that 54% that you mentioned, that's the amount that was pledged? Say 100% of countries pledged money, but 54% just fulfilled it?
Yes, in 2015 for the refugee plan for Syrians. Yeah.
Very interesting. Thank you for speaking to us. And that is Bruno Geddo, who is the UNHCR representative, speaking to us from Iraqi Kurdistan.